Hi, my name is Petra Webstein and we are creating a newsletter today. We're using Acymailing for that. So you find that in your administration, of course, you need to be logged in under Acymailing. And then when you go over, you see the tab newsletter. So just click that to open that up. Now I have set up templates and mailing lists for you, so you don't have to worry about that at all. Now here we do have already some newsletters which I made earlier just as little tests, but we're going to create a new one now, so I can show you how this works. Click new and then you get a new window, and for the ones I have created one template, they will see their template showing up here now. The other ones who have more than one template, they have to click template up here and just pick one of the templates you want to use, and there you are. Right. Now the next thing we're going to look at is the lists. Most of you would have maybe only one list, mailing list, where people subscribe to, but some of you have more than one. So for this newsletter which you've chosen, you have to choose a list. So tick the list which you want to send this newsletter to, and then you're done. So we are ready to write our newsletter. Of course, we need a subject. Subjects are very important, but I'm sure you know all that. Okay, the next thing is, here we have our template, and you have a space in the template where marked text goes here. Right, so you just write your text here. Right. Now, as I'm saying that, to avoid some funny surprises, let me put it that way, do not copy and paste your text from Word or any other document. Write it straight in here, because if you copy text from Word, for example, you copy the text, but behind the text, and with that you copy a lot of formatting and all sorts of things, which could actually create that your template is blowing out. So, and you never know, because you can't see what's really happening unless you look at the back end, which is here. I show you, show, hide, see the code? So that would be blown out there, and that's where I would need to go to change it. But don't worry about it, just type your text. I tend to justify the text normally, so it's nicely spread out. So let's say this is my text. I have a couple of paragraphs here. You can also put a heading, like a heading 1, and then maybe a heading 2. So if you do put headings, you highlight the heading, you come up here and you click heading 1. So we have the formatting for the heading 1, we have the formatting for the heading 2. You can do heading 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. And yes, this would correspond to what we set up in the template, but you will see how that renders when we have a look at the preview. Okay, lots of you would also, of course, would like to use a picture. To put a picture, click where you want to put the picture on the left-hand side. Even it might end up on the right-hand side. At the beginning of a paragraph, click, and then click on that little window. It looks like a little image. It says insert edit image. Click on that. It will open up a window for you. And there you can click on, most likely you have a folder in there called newsletter. And there you can either use an existing image, which I have one here, but I'll also show you, you can upload an image. So I'm going to go there on this little icon to upload. Then I browse and I find just another one. It's pretty much the same, but it doesn't matter. It's just to show you how to upload. So I choose that one and then I click upload. And here it is. It's here. So it's the same as before. It's just a bigger one. You see the dimensions have changed. If you look at this, it's 569 by 240, and this one is 142 by 60. Okay. Now I'm just going to take this one which I uploaded. I want to use this, so I click this, I highlight this, and this actually puts all the right code up in here. With the alternative text, you can write anything you like to. It doesn't really matter. The dimensions are taken from here, but you can make them smaller. I would say I go for 200 for mine. And then if you just use the tab key, the second value will be adjusted proportional. Now, very important for the picture is if you want to align it left or right of the text, top, middle, bottom, whatever. Most of the time we use left or right. So I'll say I'll put it on the right hand side. I want it on the right hand side. We have margins. If I would just put the picture in there now, the text will be glued around it, which is not very nice. So I tell it to put, let's say, 10 pixels on the bottom. And I also want 10 pixels on the left-hand side of the picture. So we create like a margin, really and truly, around the picture. Here you could use and put a border around it if you wanted to. Most of the time, I personally don't use it, but you might, so you have to play with that. Okay, when you set all that, you just click insert. And here we are. Here's our picture, and see how the text lines up all around it? It's quite beautiful. So, just add a little bit more text, just to fill it a bit. Right, let's say this here, dear, and then we have this subtag, whatever. This is coding. Here, the name of the subscriber will be placed each time the email is sent out, so just leave it as it is. The bottom here as well, we've set it up in the template. If you want to change something, you can. Just by doing this. You're not changing the template at all. You're just changing this issue of this newsletter, and that's it. So, if you feel you're done and you're happy with it might look, then we go for the preview, of course. Okay, and here we are. See how it is? Heading, heading 2. Now, this template isn't too nice, but I only just quickly set it up. Really haven't spent too much time, and it doesn't really matter for what we're using here. Yours are set up perfectly fine. So, this is how the heading 1 will look like, the heading 2 will look like, as it is set up in your template, and you know that. We've spoken about that. Right, now I would say pretty much, I would say I'm pretty happy. So what I can do is I can send a test to myself here. And then once this has arrived in my mailbox and I'm happy, I say I can send it out to my list. Or if I'm not happy, I click close, and I will be back at the previous screen where I can make changes to anything there, just what we've done before. But let's say it's all fine. I'm happy with what I got via email, so I want to send it out to my list. So I click send, and sometimes there's a little bit of a warning coming up here, but don't worry, it's set up. I only have one user here, so it's just for demonstration purpose. I click send. So what happens now is the server is sending out all the emails to the subscribers. Now you would have a whole row, lots and lots and lots and lots of rows of these green messages, line by line by line by line. And then it stops and you will see a countdown. Countdown is happening, counting back to 0, and then the next batch is going to be sent out. So this has to do that the server is not overloaded. What you have to do is you have to keep this window open until the process is finished. If you stop it, not all the emails are going to be sent out. Now, having said that, there is an upgrade to the software which I have installed, which if you would like to, I can install for you. Of course, this upgrade has to be bought, so I think it's around 90 euros. If you're sending a lot of newsletters, if you have a lot of subscribers and things like that, it might be really wise to do that, because that upgrade allows you to use a lot more features, and this sending out process can happen in the background, so you don't have to leave windows open and wait until they're finished. So get in touch with me if you want an upgrade. Right, so let's say they're all sent out. We come to the last email to be sent out. So we just click that little X and we're back here, and then we can say close. Now you will see your new newsletter is listed here. It's sent out, and yes, that's it. You sent out your newsletters. What you can do, you can have a look under statistics and you might go and check that later, because now that the emails have gone out, nobody has opened or whatever. But sometimes you can see here, you know, how many people have opened their newsletters and things like that. So that's quite an interesting little feature. Anyway, that's how to create a newsletter and send it out. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you very much.